We welcome you to Miami, Florida. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, this might be the greatest club in the NBA.
Ooh, Ed, I'm ready. I'm really relaxed, but I get worried. The letters MIA is actually a distress signal. I've seen it personally. A lot of players go missing in action in South Beach.
Well, come on inside the AAA American Airlines Arena and the start of this one here tonight. Opening tip won by the Heat, and we're underway in Miami. Dragic to Butler. Jay, sometimes it's not just the Heat that does opponents in Miami.
I've been a victim to this multiple times when we have played the Heat, and I think other franchises from cold cities have been the same. There's a reason why the Miami Heat have such an advantage down here on South Beach. You catch them on an off night, it's rare that opposing teams are ready to play.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Ben Simmons at the line for a chance at a three-point play. 56% for his career. Free throw up and good. And the three-point play puts them up early in this one. Dragic with it. He'll run the offense to Butler. They'll get it down to Leonard. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
And hits the first free throw. And he makes them both. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Simmons, pass stolen by Miami.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
Dragic over to the right side. To Dragic. Here comes the screen. Lets it fly from long range. Can't connect. Here's Simmons with it up top. A minute gone by here in the opening quarter. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Butler to Dragic. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Butler. Almost unlucky bounce. Dragic into the front court. They trail by one. Butler, Jimmy Butler, 2 for 3 now here in the first. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball game.
Dragic to Waiters. Cashes in for 2.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Oh, Ben Simmons, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Dragic to Butler. It's Embiid with the rebound. Horford to Embiid. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
Time to shuffle things up. Jimmy Butler, he's now 4 for 6.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Nice finish at the rim.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
Al Horford with the block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Harris always looking to create a shot, even ones like those.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Dragic. Short jumper off the mark. To Richardson. Fires the three. Josh Richardson is going to get a chance at 3 here. For his career, 78% at the line. Nope. First one does not go. And he hits the second. Miami's got it. Collison. Shot won't go. Richardson to Tobias Harris for 3. Another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
We get a whistle and a timeout here for Miami as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Butler slams it down.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
The assist from number 22, Jimmy Butler. Defensive foul to number 13.
And he's going to the free throw line.
Now here's your chance to make them pay for making you the target of hacking. Well, actually, your free throw shooting made you a target, but you can still fix that.
Can't connect on the first free throw. Second one's good. Splits the pair. Miami with the basketball. Butler to Collison. Here comes the screen. Collison to Butler. And he drains it.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
The assist from number 30, Andre Iguodala.
And stuffs it home. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Count the basket inside.
You see, here's why versatility is so imperative for your offensive repertoire. If you're a one-trick pony as a defender, I know exactly how to defend you because you only do one thing. But if you have versatility, then the coach can put you in multiple looks within the offense, and then you can get it any way you want it.
And Jimmy Butler, that's usually one that he'll knock down. Straight on three, at the buzzer. That ends the first quarter. It's the Sixers out in front. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter.
Everyone gets free pizza.
To Butler. Jimmy Butler. With that, he's 5 for 9.
Old school equals high percentage.
Burke with it. Up 6. Oh, the Heat right there to take it away. Parker to Butler. Whoa! What a finish!
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Sixers have the basketball.
Timeout for Philadelphia. Have you considered a luxury box for your next group event? Availability is limited, so you must act.
Time for some new personnel into the game.
Substitutions, Philadelphia.
Simmons driving, but a shot no good. Joel Embiid. Oh, the defense has to adjust. He's 4 for 4 to start this one.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Simmons. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Driving right to the basket. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Couldn't keep it in. Out off Darren Collison. The opposing coach is going to counter. Make some changes of his own.
Number 0, Myers Leonard.
And he finishes at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Butler to bring it up. Trailing by 4. To Parker. They'll go to Butler. Down low. Yes! And the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Jimmy Butler trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. Free throws good to cement the three-point play. The lead is back down to 1. Harris, deep right corner. Fires Leonard. Rejects it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Parker with it. Looking to make something happen to Butler. Fires the three. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Too much contact. And free throws coming.
That's actually not a bad move at all. You're applying more pressure on him by sending him to the line.
Team foul number 1.
Ben Simmons, couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 66% in this contest. First free throw is good. Two for two on that trip. To Parker. They'll go to Butler. Down low. Rocking the rim. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
And he's fouled. And he earns a trip to the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Joel Embiid at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 77% at the line. First one goes down.
For Miami, number 7, Goran Dragic. And number 11, Dion Waiters.
Able to convert on both free throws. Butler into the front court. He'll run the offense. Waiters to Butler. Waiters to Butler. Rebound cleared by Philly. Al Horford going to the line to shoot 2.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Off the mark on the first free throw. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Dragic with the basketball. Down a point. To Butler.
2 minutes left in the second quarter.
They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Just not going down.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Butler to bring it up. Down 3. To Waiters. Butler to Dragic. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Nice pass to set things up.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Josh Richardson buries it.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Dragic to Butler. Now a steal by Philly.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Gets toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Jimmy Butler for two. The jumper's off the mark. Another shot won't go either. Deep three at the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half. The 76ers have the lead.
I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The 76ers worked hard for their halftime lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Heat would rather be on the opposite end of the scoreboard.
Of course, they still have 2 quarters to turn things around, but it won't happen without making some adjustments.
These are the guys getting buckets for the Miami Heat.
Game trap. Rebounds.
The Philadelphia 76ers are putting in the kind of effort that doesn't always show up in our top plays. But it can't be said enough how important it is to take control of the boards. That's exactly what this squad has done in this matchup.
Player of the half.
Simmons.
And his court IQ were on display as he delivered the ball, putting his teammates in a position to score the basketball. His timing was impeccable. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Harris to Embiid. A lot of contact, no whistle.
And when you miss so many chippies right around the rim, you look at their points in the paint production. The first half, they were great. Second half, not so much.
Richardson. He was all over him.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Took it down the lane, but it's no good. Tobias Harris with a piece. Into the front court comes Simmons. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. Josh Richardson, he has struggled just a little bit, 2 for 5.
And it's so deflating for the defense when you pick up right exactly where you left off at halftime. That's the kind of energy you need.
Simmons into the front court. The lead is 11. Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
I got blocked.
Butler. Nice pass to get things going.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
Another follow, no good. Dragic with it. His guys down 11. Josh Richardson able to recover with the block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
To Horford. Kicks it outside. From long range, Harris always looking to create a shot, even ones like those.
And if you're on D right now, if you're off on the weak side, stunt towards the driver. That means fake at him. Don't overcommit. Stunt, then get back to your stay at home. Force him to make one of those passes or force him to take a crazy shot at the rim.
Oh, straight down the middle for 2.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
And scores at the rim. Beautifully done with the Euro step.
This is where I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Nothing going here on that drive. Waiters to Butler. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Simmons to Tobias Harris. He'd have the basketball. Butler passed it off, and watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Joel Embiid tips it. That's out. Last touch by Josh Richardson. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Butler. To Waiters. Embiid with the board. Layup goes down. Well done.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Butler into the front court. 14-point deficit. Waiters to Butler. Yes, it drops. Little drama on that one.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Pass stolen by Miami.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort, it's off the charts.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Subbing in for Miami, number 7, Goran Dragic.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Knocks down the three.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a three is like shooting a layup.
It's the Heat with the possession. To Dragic. Butler. That one off the mark. It's no good. Burke with it. His guys can get a 2-for-1 if they time this out. For three. Not that time. He misses. Dragic into the front court. Down by 15. Here comes the screen. It goes down.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Knocks down the first. And gets both to drop at the line. Trey Burke. That misses with 3 seconds left. That'll do it. Third quarter complete. And the 76ers have to be feeling good. So the Heat will have it to start this fourth and final quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ballgame.
On the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Burke with it. It's a 9-point lead. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Simmons, great feed. Josh Richardson, he's 3 for 7.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Simmons to Tobias Harris. The Heat have the rebound. Into the front court comes Collison. His guys down by 9. To Butler. Down low for Leonard. Off the assist.
And Ed, not every pass needs to be a home run pass or thread the needle. Sometimes an easy kick ahead or an easy shuffle pass can make the game simple. The more simplistic the game is, the more efficient you'll be as a unit.
Stuffs it down with authority.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Dragic to Butler. Wide open look, won't go.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side. They're even recovering late, but still you got to make that one.
There it is, Al Horford. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Jimmy Butler has got 2 shots coming. He's perfect from the line so far. And he connects on the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Harris to Embiid. Short jumper off the mark. Iguodala to bring it up. 9-point margin. Has a look. He connects with the step back.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Kelly Olynyk swats it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Count the bucket for 2.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Nothing going here on that drive. Butler for 2. Knocks it down off the step back.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Simmons with it. Lead stands at 7. Now ready to shoot at the line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Ben Simmons, couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 80% in this contest. First one, count it.
For the Miami Heat, number 11, Dion Waiters, and number 13.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Butler to bring it up. His team down 9.
Hey, big screen right there, big screen.
Nothing going here on that drive. Add 2 points to the board.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
From the outside, no good. To Parker. Waiters to Butler. Waiters can't go down. Smothering defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Parker into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. Butler to Waiters. Parker. Butler won't go down. To Simmons. Josh Richardson. And a putback slam.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
To the basket is Butler, but he can't finish. To Simmons. Richardson. Great defense, forcing the miss. To Tobias Harris. Going to launch beyond the arc. Rare miss the way he's been shooting. Shot's no good. Waiters to Butler. Beyond the arc for three. They dare Jimmy Butler to take it, and he makes them pay.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Now the Heat going to use a timeout. It's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with one more chance to stop the clock before the buzzer sounds. Shifting gears, here comes some substitutions. The screen sets him up for two. There it is, Al Horford. Consistent effort. He's at 50%. Long heave from three-quarters. It's good! It's good! At the buzzer from beyond half court. Incredible! The Sixers are victorious as they get a good win on the road. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers
Got the win in a nail-biter.
The statistic that seems to stand out in 3D is their assists. So many of their points were made possible by their team chemistry, and it was great to see. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored. For the Philadelphia 76ers, the Heat are probably frustrated with themselves after such a narrow loss. The way they shot the ball was outstanding, but even still, it wasn't enough to get the result they wanted. More often than not, you're going to win games when you shoot the ball as well as they did here today.
Game track. Field goals.
Neither of these teams were able to make much of an impact on defense. As you can see here, they were each pretty successful with some efficient scoring.
Player of the game.
Simmons read the defense perfectly, and his teammates reaped the benefits with easy baskets.
We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here are the remaining games. On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.